My name is Avril Andrews. I'm from Alcardo. I'm one of 9 children. I'm a kind of middle child. I came to Alcardo when I was about 5 years of age, and I lived here ever since. In 2015, my son, say around about March, my son asked me if we can start a father program in the community. And we started in Atri, and then we came to Hanover Park, and we started with young fathers, and then afterwards we invited young mothers as well. The 2 of us were having these workshops in the community at my place, and then in 2015 October he was gunned down. My family and my husband said, no, we're not moving out, we are gonna serve. We're gonna be the change. And then it's where we started with the foundation. But I started with the mothers that lost children through gang violence, started a support group with them. And I think by that time I also identified a lot of corruption which weren't there before. I didn't see these things before, but after my son's death, I identified a lot of corruption. And it's also where I had to decide what's the use of getting angry, what are we going to do to make a difference. It's there where the foundation was started.
What led to Alcardo being shot? And what was that process like with seeking justice also?
Alcardo was approached by certain people to do certain things, and he spoke to his father, and he refused to do it. I remember in our conversation I said, well then maybe you must just move out of the community, maybe we can arrange that to live somewhere else. And he said, no, I'm not going to run. That time I thought, is my son losing his mind because his life is at stake here? And he said, no, I know for what I stand, Mom. The day before he was killed, there was somebody that robbed my neighbor. And he was very, very upset. He ran after the guy and he got my neighbor's stuff. And the day after that he was killed. So I think he was targeted because he didn't want to be involved with criminal activities. When the killing happened, I remember that evening I drove around to where Alcardo was, and just before I got there was more shooting. And I got out of the car, and I remember asking God, must I walk through this alone? It was so painful to a point that I asked, give me your purpose for this pain. Why I'm going through this pain. Things became clearer. And then I started seeing the gaps in the system. Then I started to see certain things which I never saw before. I said, okay, if you give me the purpose, then I'll do whatever it takes to bring our bit, not just me, my family, the foundation. At that time, the foundation wasn't really there. I was working in the community, but then I found purpose in that. There where I realized, oh my word, I've got so much love for this community, which, I mean, if you think with the killing, I'm supposed to be bitter about the community. I know there was a moment that I wanted to get out because this is the same community that I serve. How can my own community kill my son,
So what is the purpose of the foundation?
The purpose of the foundation is really to educate young people. I know we can't change a lot, but we have this motto, each one reach one. We started with the mothers, journeying with the mothers, and also just help them to pick up the pieces when. And I think that came from the experience of my experience of seeing if I if I didn't do this and not embrace my faith, what could have happened? My whole family could have been ripped apart because we don't know how to handle it. But by me seeking healing and going for grieving counseling and understanding what's happening, I could help the family pick up the pieces. People would ask me, do you work with youth? Do you work with... I can't separate it. It's like working with the family holistically, just to pick up the pieces and see how we can support. So if we worked with a mother that's grieving, we wanted to know who's still in the house. Who's that boy? Where's the child of the father that was murdered? How can we assist? How can we come alongside? We would like to see families get restored and our community gets restored, you know.
So the foundation's been around for over a decade now.
Yes.
What are some of the lessons that you've learned? Or some of the highlights for you?
The highlight for me is, you know, once we journeyed with somebody, to be able to see the fruits in, to see the fruits, to see, wow, just by us journeying with this person or with this family, see how everything has changed.
What are some of the challenges that you've experienced?
We've experienced quite a few challenges. I feel as a foundation we can do so much more. But because of the finance, the restraint, you know, there's not always funds. What is also very challenging, because we know the volunteers that's working in the foundation, they do have a family. They need to put food on the table. They don't get a stipend at all times, so it can be challenging.
What would Alcardo say about the foundation and where it is right now?
I think he would be proud. He would be extremely proud. I think if he should always say, he would say, that's my mom. My dream for the foundation is one day that if myself and my husband and we're not there, that the foundation should continue the work. I would say I would love to see a huge center. There should be feeding, there should be an educate, there should be workshop to educate our people, there should be workshops to dialogues, healing dialogues for our people to heal of the trauma. There should be support with people that's addicted with substance. There should be a computer room for youth to develop and to build our youth, you know, as leaders. I would love to see a youth center.
What is your favorite part about your job, about your work in the foundation?
Although I come from my room to the dining room, but with sometimes with my bag, as if I'm taking a taxi or I'm taking a Mowbray or car taxi and go to the lounge, but I'm walking with my bag, putting my bags there and going to the front and telling myself, okay, a different hat, putting my bag down and going to the front and opening the door for our community, to serve the community. Silly, eh?
Not at all.
Eh?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.